off, and when you look back, it's very, very, very funny. So, this is a story about sperm. It's. I remember I was depressed in my house, and I had I remember that's what it was. I was renting a house in Dublin, and I thought it was cool. When I moved into the house, into the bedroom in the house, there was no bulb, you know, and I thought, oh, that's cool. I'll just use candles in my bedroom. But it's very romantic, you know. And that was fine. I had like 3-4 candles in the room, and it's lovely. And then one day, I was in a band at the time, and one day I was late for the band meeting, and we were having the meeting in my house. And so we were supposed to go into the sitting room, but my friend that I was sharing the house with was already home from work and using the sitting room. So I said to everybody, come to my bedroom. So they came to my bedroom. And I had to light extra candles everywhere, because it wasn't bright enough, you know, so I lit 10 candles to have a meeting. And we finished the meeting, everybody went bye, saw them out the door, brought the extra chairs down the stairs, put them into the kitchen. Everybody went. I went into the sitting room to my friend. And I was sitting there, we were watching television, and then I looked up and I noticed there were lots of moosh flies, yeah? Going around the light in the sitting room. Lots of them. It's like really small ones. And then we noticed they were all coming from the door. I was like, wow. So I opened the door, and then I noticed they were all coming from upstairs. And I was like, what the hell? So I ran upstairs. Half of the way up the stairs, I was like, and I could hear, and I came back down. It wasn't flies, it was smoke. So the house was on fire. And we were like, oh shit. And so called the fire brigade, and they came and did all of that. And so the sperm hasn't come yet. So then, because I had no house anymore, I moved in with my parents. So I was depressed. This is explaining why I was depressed. So start the story again. So one day I was in my house and I was depressed. Now you know what. And I was looking out the window, and it was Ireland, so it was fucking raining. And I called my friend, she was a very sort of, you know, light-hearted, positive person. She wasn't a musician. And so she said, come on over. So I went over to her house, and they went in there. She said, what's wrong? I said, oh, I burnt the house down back at my parents. And, you know, just like, and she was like, well, come in. And, we had tea, and she said, tell you what, you have you stay in my bed tonight. And I was, for whatever reason, I wasn't. We were friends for 7 years, and I never thought anything sexual. Well, I did, but I never acted on anything sexual. I didn't really have, not really. Anyway, so what's really interesting is that you hurry up, Damien. You know, somebody suggests something, and all of a sudden, depending on how many sperm you're carrying, it completely depends. So if you're full of sperm and somebody says something, it means whoa. So I was in the bedroom with her, and so my brain was just thinking, oh, we're going to fall asleep together, and we're going to embrace our friendship is going to change into wow. And so anyway, she brought me into the room, and she put me into the bed, and then she said, I'm going to go sleep in my sister's room. And I was like, oh, cool. So she went, and she said to me, this is going to be really good for you. You can look up at the stars through the window, and because it had stopped raining. And she says, you can just spend some time with yourself. So She went to her sister's bedroom. I lay there. I spent a little bit of time with myself. And she was right. I felt a lot better after spending some time with myself. And the most interesting part is after the sperm was gone, she just felt like a friend. So it's very interesting, men, if you're there, if ever you're in a situation with a woman where you think you're sexually attracted to her, but you're not sure, and you know you think you shouldn't, no, just go to the toilet. Spend time, come back, and then you'll know. Nothing strange. It's all lies. Close to nothing now. Oh. The same old scenario, it's the same old rain. And there's no explosions here. And something unusual. Something strange, come from nothing at all. I saw a spaceship just fly by your window. Did you see it disappear? Amie, come sit on my wall and read me the story of all. Tell it like you still believe at the end of the century things that change for you and me. Nothing unusual, nothing's changed. Just a little older, that's all. Well, you know when you found it, there's something I've learned. It's 'cause you feel it when they take it away. Hey, 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 something unusual, something strange, just come from nothing at all. And I'm not a miracle, you're not a saint, just another soldier on a road to nowhere. Amie, come sit on my wall and read me the story of all. Tell it like you still believe, and at the end of the century